vault in the top left corner. She's going to be doing a Yurchenko full. I am sorry, Gabby, if I said your name wrong. So that was an absolutely beautiful vault. She got a 995, which is a perfect score for the Yurchenko full. If we kind of break down the major body positions here, we have her on the table. You can see her shoulders are open, her arms are straight. From here, it looks like her legs are together. They might have been a little separated, but you can't see that from the side. She blocks with her arm, like her shoulders square and everything. Her legs are together. She opens up, good height, good distance, and then her landing position is nice and high. She's not very deep in her squat. She's clearly in control of her landing. She sticks it, easily brings her heels together. Honestly, beautiful 995. I definitely agree with that score. So I didn't really see anything on that, so great job. So this is Jocelyn Moore from Missouri on vault. Great Yurchenko 1.5. Let's see it again. I'll break down the deduction. So this was also a 995. So here, looks great coming off the table, great form, nice laid out position, nice leg form in the air. Honestly, nothing up until the landing. So the landing, she's a little deep in her squat. So you can see she's between about 90 degrees and 45 degrees on her knee bend. So that should be a deduction. There's a lot of discussion about the safety of landings and that kind of thing. But even if you compare it to Gabby Gladieux's vault, she was much higher, still a very safe landing. So it is possible to land 45 degrees safely. She's a little deeper in her squat, so that would be a deduction. She also takes steps back. So that is a flat 1/10 deduction for under rotation, and then I would take a 1/2 tenth for the foot adjustment. So I would probably take 2/10 on this vault, so I would put her at a 9.8 since this one's out of a 10.0. Okay, so this is Sloane Blakely. She's also doing Yurchenko 1.5. She's very happy about her landing, which, valid. It was great. Let's see it in slow motion. Here we go. Great form. This is great because we actually have the view of the judges. So great form coming on, good height, great body position. She does have a little bit of form in the air, but I didn't see it in full speed at all. She does not have a low landing, but it's safe, so nothing there. She has a small hop forward. So I think this was a good 995. If the judges wanted to be super ornery, they could maybe dock her for not presenting to the judges because she sticks it, and technically she should salute to the judges, and she kind of turns at them and then does her little victory dance. I wouldn't take it, but I don't know, maybe Infamous Carol might take it, but I think that 995 was definitely warranted. Cassie Stevens from Auburn. I believe she also does a Yurchenko 1.5. All right, so her biggest deduction that I saw, she was a little soft on the table. And what that means is she kind of stayed on the table a little longer than you would expect. And most of that's because of her shoulder angle. So let's see if we can see that there. She didn't quite explode as well as some of the other ones. So you can see her shoulders are closed. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but there's this right here is the shoulder angle I'm talking about, rather than it being a straight line from her wrists through. Her landing, she definitely, sticks it. She is a little back on her heels, maybe a little bit low in her squat, but otherwise it looks pretty good. Yeah, a little low there, so maybe a 1/2 tenth on the landing. So now to break the ties. So I would actually rank Gabby Gladieux first because she actually stuck her vault and she did a perfect vault, even though it was only out of a 995. I would put her first if I had to break the tie. Second, I would have Sloane Blakely. She was also at a 995 for my scores, but she did have a small hop forward. So that's why I would put Gabby ahead of Sloane. Third would be Auburn's Cassie Stevens. She did have a shoulder angle on the table, a little bit of form issues in the air, and a little bit of a squat on her landing. And then fourth, I would have Jocelyn Moore because she did under rotate her Yurchenko 1.5 a bit and was a little bit low on her landing.